Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way is a book about unlocking creativity and fostering artistic self-expression. The book helps people reconnect with their creative side and develop a consistent practice to nurture their artistic potential. Today, we will explore how students can use the principles from the book to achieve success in both their academic and personal lives. Here are 3 key lessons from the book. 1. Morning pages, daily writing practice. 2. Artist dates, nurturing creativity. 3. Recovering a sense of self-worth. Before starting to write creative pages in the morning and to have artistic dates with yourself, subscribe for more inspiring content. One of the key practices in the book is writing morning pages. Every morning, you write 3 pages of whatever comes to your mind. It doesn't have to be perfect or make sense. The purpose is to clear your mind and make room for new creative thoughts. Cameron suggests taking yourself on an artist date once a week. This is a fun, solo activity to spark your creativity. It could be visiting a museum, walking in nature, or seeing a movie. The goal is to do something that inspires and recharges your creative energy. Many people struggle with creative blocks because they doubt themselves. The Artist's Way teaches that everyone is creative and encourages you to face your fears. The book helps you believe in your creativity without worrying about being perfect or judged by others. These lessons aim to help people reconnect with their creative selves, heal their artistic wounds, and cultivate a consistent practice of creativity. A student can apply the morning pages principle from The Artist's Way to help clear their mind, improve focus, and boost creativity. The idea is simple. You write every morning to release any thoughts or worries that might be cluttering your brain. Here's a detailed step-by-step guide on how a student can make the most of this practice. The first thing you need to do is make time for this habit. Ideally, you should do your writing right after waking up, before you start your day. Find a quiet spot where you won't be interrupted. It's best to write first thing in the morning because your mind is fresh, and it helps you start the day with a clear head. Aim for about 20 to 30 minutes. You don't need to be super strict with the time, but it's important that you make this a consistent habit every day. You don't need anything fancy, just a regular notebook and a pen. Write by hand, as this helps you connect more with your thoughts and slow down. Writing by hand can also feel more personal and less stressful than typing. The act of physically writing makes the experience more calming and meditative. The main rule of morning pages is that you write 3 full pages. What you write doesn't have to be perfect or even make sense. The point is to let your thoughts flow freely without judgment. This could be your worries about an upcoming exam, what you plan to do for the day, or random ideas that pop into your head. Morning pages are not about writing polished sentences or stories. You're not writing for anyone else, just yourself. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, or punctuation. This is a space for you to dump your thoughts, so don't be afraid to be messy. One of the biggest challenges with morning pages is the temptation to overthink what you're writing. You might feel like you need to make your writing good or interesting, but that's not the point. The goal is to get all your thoughts out, even if they seem unimportant or random. Morning pages are most effective when done daily. At first, it might feel like a chore, but over time, you'll notice the benefits. Writing every morning will help you reduce stress by letting go of anxious thoughts. You'll find that once you get those worries out on paper, your mind feels clearer and you're able to focus better on your schoolwork and other tasks. Additionally, doing morning pages consistently can spark creative ideas. As a student, this can be especially helpful for coming up with fresh ideas for projects, essays, or assignments. While you're not meant to read your morning pages right away, after a few weeks or months, you can look back on them to reflect. This can also help you gain insight into areas where you can improve, whether it's managing stress or focusing on what really matters in your school life. By making morning pages a daily habit, you can give your brain a mental reset each morning. For a student, this can be incredibly helpful for clearing distractions, reducing stress, and sharpening your focus. A student can use the artist dates principle from Julia Cameron's book to nurture their creativity, take breaks from their studies, and find inspiration. The idea behind artist dates is to take time for yourself to do something fun and enjoyable that can spark creativity. Here's a step-by-step guide on how a student can apply this. Pick one day a week when you will dedicate time just for you, at least for an hour or two. This is me time, where you do something fun and inspiring, alone. It's important that this is time for yourself. No friends, no phone calls, no distractions. The activity you choose for your artist date should be something you enjoy or that excites your curiosity. It doesn't have to be related to school or work. Here are some ideas for artist dates. Visit a museum or art gallery. Go for a walk in nature, like a park or beach. Explore a bookstore or library and browse through books you normally wouldn't read. Watch a movie or documentary that sparks your imagination. Do something crafty, like painting, drawing, or DIY projects. Choose activities that make you feel happy, curious, or excited. It doesn't have to be something grand. It can be as simple as listening to music or exploring a new place in your city. During your artist date, try to be present in the moment and open to whatever catches your attention. Don't worry about the outcome or what you're supposed to learn from it. If you're walking in the park, enjoy the sights and sounds around you. If you're visiting a museum, let yourself be drawn to the things that spark your interest. The goal of artist dates is to refill your creativity and give your brain a break from the usual tasks. When you're constantly focused on school or other responsibilities, it's easy to feel drained or stuck. An artist date helps refresh your mind, so when you go back to your studies, you feel more energized, creative, and ready to tackle challenges. Like morning pages, artist dates should be a regular habit. Try to schedule one every week. If you're busy with schoolwork, even just an hour a week is enough. Think of it as a break or reward for yourself, a time to recharge your creative batteries. As a student, you might feel like you don't have time to play or do something fun when you have so much schoolwork. But artist dates are meant to be a way to nurture your creativity, which helps you in the long run. By regularly going on artist dates, a student can tap into their creativity, reduce stress, and find new sources of inspiration that can be helpful for schoolwork, problem-solving, or personal growth. In The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, recovering a sense of self-worth is an important principle that helps people overcome self-doubt and build confidence in their creativity. For a student, this is especially helpful when dealing with feelings of inadequacy or fear of failure. Here's a step-by-step guide on how a student can apply this principle to boost their sense of self-worth. Everyone has an inner critic, that little voice in your head that says things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed." The first step is to recognize that this voice exists. Often feelings of low self-worth come from beliefs that aren't true or are exaggerated. As a student, you might think, "I'm terrible at math," or "I'm not as smart as others." Start to replace these negative thoughts with more balanced and positive ones. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm bad at math," try thinking, "Math is challenging, but I'm capable of improving with practice." Many students are their own harshest critics. When you make a mistake or don't do as well as you hoped, it's easy to get frustrated and criticize yourself. Instead, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself the way you would treat a friend who's struggling. The people around you can have a big impact on how you feel about yourself. Try to spend time with friends, family, or teachers who encourage and support you. Surrounding yourself with positive people helps you feel more confident and valued. Break down big tasks or challenges into smaller, more manageable goals. Completing these smaller goals will give you a sense of accomplishment and help you build momentum. For example, if you're struggling with a big assignment, break it down into steps like reading the material, outlining your ideas, and writing a draft. Take time to look back on how far you've come, both in your studies and in your personal growth. At the end of each week or month, reflect on what you've learned, what challenges you've overcome, and how you've grown. This reflection will remind you of your progress and reinforce your self-worth. By following these steps, a student can work on recovering a sense of self-worth. It's about challenging negative thoughts, being kind to yourself, celebrating your progress, and recognizing that you have value just as you are. Over time, these practices will help you feel more confident and secure in your abilities. In conclusion, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron offers powerful tools to nurture creativity, including morning pages for clearing the mind, artist dates for inspiring fresh ideas, and building self-worth to overcome creative blocks. By making these practices part of your life, you can reconnect with your creative self and unleash your potential. Remember, the journey to self-worth is ongoing, but every step you take brings you closer to realizing your full value. And also remember, creativity is within all of us, and with the right mindset, you can achieve great things. Thank you for joining us here at Poetics of Success, where we believe in nurturing both personal growth and academic excellence. Wishing you all the best on your journey, and as always, success.